Hello students, today we will study the exercise 3.4. This is the topic of standard 8, chapter number 3, understanding quadrilaterals. So this exercise is based on the all the types of quadrilaterals, special quadrilaterals and all that types of quadrilaterals. Okay, so the very first question is about the true false. Now there are total of A to H statements. The statements I do not have write down in words. The statements I have write down in figure using the figures. So what is the first statement? First statement is all rectangles. This is the symbol of rectangles. All rectangles are square. So is this statement true or false? See, this is the rectangle. Rectangle means opposite pair of opposite sides are equal. And what is square? Square means all the sides must be equal. So here this is not satisfying this property. So we cannot say that all the rectangles are square. So this statement is false, right? Second one is B. All rhombus. This symbol is of rhombus because rhombus has also four sides are equal. So all the rhombus are parallelograms. This is the symbol of parallelograms because in parallelograms also opposite sides, both pair of opposite sides are equal and parallel. And in rhombus also both pair of opposite sides are equal and parallel. One more property of the rhombus is as all the sides are equal. So here as all the sides are equal, then this property of the parallelogram, the rhombus will satisfy. So we can say that yes, all the rhombuses are parallelograms, right? This statement is true. C, right? All square are rhombus and rectangle. So see, is the square satisfy all the property of rhombus? Yes, because the minimum requirement to have rhombus is all the sides are equal and both pair of opposite sides are parallel. So yes, the square satisfied this condition and it is also satisfy the condition of rectangle also, right? Because according to the rectangle, opposite sides must be equal and parallel. Yes, and all the angles are of 90 degree. So all the condition is satisfied by this square. So this statement is also true. D. All square are not parallelogram. All square are not parallelogram. What is the minimum requirement of a parallelogram to have? It must have both pair of opposite sides are equal and parallel. So yes, all these conditions are satisfied the square. So this statement states that all the square are not parallelogram. So this statement is false because all the square are parallelograms, right? Okay. E. All kites. This is the symbol of kite. All kites are rhombus. Now what is the property of kite? That adjacent sides are equal. So these two sides are equal and these two sides are equal. So what is the minimum requirement to have a rhombus? To have a rhombus, all the sides must be equal. So kite cannot satisfy this condition. That is why this statement is false. F. All rhombus are kites. Right? So this, according to this, now what is the requirement of to have a kite? That adjacent side must be equal. So here we can see that these two sides are equal and these two sides are also equal. So yes, all the properties of the kite is satisfied by the rhombus, right? So that is why all the rhombus are kite. This statement is true. G. All parallelograms are, what is the symbol of this? Yes, this is the symbol of a trapezium. This is the shape trapezium. So all the parallelograms are trapezium. What is the minimum requirement to have a trapezium? Only one pair of opposite side is parallel, not equal. It must be parallel. That is the minimum requirement to have a trapezium. And yes, in parallelograms, one pair of opposite side is there. Actually, two pair of equal and parallel sides are there in parallelogram. So all the parallelograms satisfy the condition to have a trapezium. So yes, this statement is true. H. All square are trapezium. Yes, it is also true because only one requirement to have one pair of opposite side is parallel to have a trapezium, and this square satisfies this condition. So all the squares are also trapezium. So this statement is true. Now what you can conclude from all these question answers, all these true false, we can say that square is a quadrilateral which satisfy all the quadrilaterals condition. So square may be a rectangle or rhombus or parallelogram or kite or trapezium, right? So square is the only shape which can satisfy all the properties of all the quadrilaterals. Okay? Okay. So in question number 2, what is question number 2? We have to identify the quadrilaterals which has a four sides of equal length. So which quadrilaterals which has all the four sides are of equal length? So yes, there are two shapes. One is the square and second one is rhombus. These two quadrilaterals have all the four sides are of equal length. Right? B. Identify the quadrilateral which has four right angles. So which two or which three or which quadrilateral has all the angles are of right angle? Only two. One is a square and one is rectangle. Right? So this is the question number 2. In the same way, we have asked in question number 4 that identify or state the quadrilaterals whose diagonals. So this question number 4 is based on the property of the diagonals. So what is the first question? A is whose diagonals bisect each other. So which quadrilateral has the diagonals which bisect each other? Bisect each other means both the diagonals must be bisected, right? So there are four shapes, four quadrilaterals. First is square, second one is rhombus, third one is rectangle, and fourth one is parallelogram. Notice one thing, here we have said only about bisect each other only, right? Okay. Now what is B? In B we have asked that whose diagonals are perpendicular bisector. Perpendicular bisector means they must be bisect each other and the angle between the two diagonals must be of 90 degree. Right? So here we identify the four uh, quadrilaterals which bisect each other. But out of these four, which quadrilaterals diagonal bisect at right angle? That we have to state. And there are only two. One is square and second one is rhombus. So these two quadrilaterals are such quadrilaterals whose diagonals are perpendicular bisector. Right? It is a bisector also and making a 90 degree also. In rectangle and parallelogram, they bisect each other, but the angle between the two diagonals is not of 90 degree. Okay? Okay. Now what is the C? C is the diagonals are equal. So here also, which two or three or four quadrilaterals have the diagonals are equal? Only two shapes. One is square and second one is rectangle. That means which these two quadrilaterals are quadrilaterals which have all the angles are right angles, and that two quadrilaterals has diagonal length equal, right? So the diagonal length equal, there are two quadrilaterals, one is square and second one is rectangle. So here also you can notice that in all the diagonals property the square is there. See, bisect each other, square, perpendicular bisector, there is a square, equal, there is a square, right? So square is a quadrilateral which can satisfy all the property of all the quadrilaterals. Okay, now let us study the one most important question, that is of question number 6. And what is the question? Question is, here we have given a ABC is a right angled triangle and O is the midpoint of the side opposite to the right angle. Explain why O is equidistant from A, B and C. In the bracket we have given that the dotted line are drawn additionally to help you. Right? So now see here what we have given. We have given a right angle triangle ABC and B is the 90-degree angle. Right? One point O is given as the midpoint of this hypotenuse. Hypotenuse means the side opposite to the right angle. Here B is the right angle triangle, B is the 90-degree. So opposite side of this angle is AC. And O is the midpoint of this diagonal of this hypotenuse AC. Now here the dotted lines are drawn C, A to D and D to C and B to D. So we have asked that why this O is equidistant from A, D, C and B, all the 4 points. So here you can notice that as this is a right angle triangle ABC, if we put one more right angle triangle ADC with the same diagonal with the same hypotenuse AC, then what will happen? We get a sub ABCD and this ABCD is becomes a rectangle. Why? Because all these sides are equal and the angle is of 90 degree. This angle is 90 degree. This angle is also 90 degree. So as this is a 90 degree, this must be a 90 degree because the addition of two adjacent angle is 90 degree, 180 degree. So this is 90 degree, this is also of 90 degree. And according to the opposite angle property of a quadrilateral, this angle is also of 90 degree. Right? So these two, all the 4 angles are of equal value, that is of 90 degree. That is why this is ABCD is an rectangle. Now what will happen? According to the diagonal property of rectangle, both the diagonals are equal. So we can say that AC and BD are equal. See here, we have here identify that diagonals are equal. Which shape? Rectangle has both the diagonals are equal. Also here it is stated that bisect each other means both the diagonals are intersecting in point O and they are also bisecting each other. Bisecting means OA and OC are equal, OD and OB are also equal. Right? So here we have stated that bisect each other, in that also there is a rectangle. So as this is a rectangle, its diagonal bisect each other at point O. That means all 4 points OA and OC are equal, OD and OB are also equal. Right? As both the diagonals are also equal, this all the 4 parts OA, OB, OC and OD are also equal. So O is the midpoint of both AC and BD. Right? So as let us take an example, if AC is 10, then BD is also 10 because both the diagonals are equal and O is the midpoint. So OA is equals to 5 centimeter, OC is equals to 5, OB is equals to 5 and OD is equals to 5 centimeter. So O is equidistant from all the points A, B, C and D. Understand? Okay. So this is all about this lecture. Thank you.